Level 1. Halcon, the Hawk. You're 14 years old. You live in northern Mexico in the state of Tamaulipas. Nuevo Laredo, a border city. Mexico on one side, America on the other. Billions of dollars in between. Your father works construction. He makes $8 a day. Your mother is a cleaner. $5 a day. There are 6 kids in your family. Not enough food. Not enough school. No future. But on the street, there's a different world. Big cars, expensive clothes, gold chains, guns, power, respect. These are cartel men. In your neighborhood, Los Zetas is in control. On every corner, every street, every business. They're invisible kings. Even the police are afraid of them. One day you're standing on a corner. A 16-year-old kid approaches you. Miguel. You know him. From the neighborhood. But now he looks different. New shoes, new phone. He's got money. Hey, you want work? You nod. Simple. Stand on this corner. Keep your eyes open. If you see police, text me. That's it. $20 a day. $20. 2 days of your father's salary. In 1 day. Deal. Your first day starts. You stand on the corner. You keep watch. You observe. Miguel and his friends are doing business 1 block over. Drug sales, small packages, local customers. In the afternoon, a police car passes. You immediately text. Police. Miguel and his crew scatter. The police don't see anything. They drive past. In the evening, Miguel comes. He gives you $20. Cash. Good work. Come back tomorrow. You come every day. $140 a week. $560 a month. Double your father's salary. You're 14 years old and the highest earner in your family. But you have to be careful. You're not just watching for police. You're watching everything. Strange cars. Faces you don't recognize. Rival cartel members. Los Zetas has enemies everywhere. Gulf Cartel. Sinaloa Cartel. They all want Los Zetas. One evening you see a different car. Black SUV. Tinted windows. No plates. It drives slowly. The men inside are watching the area. You text. Suspicious car. Miguel and his crew hide. The car passes. It doesn't come back. But everyone's tense. Miguel tells you, "Good eye. I like you, kid. The boss thanks you." The boss. You haven't seen him yet. But his name is always mentioned. The commander. The leader of the area. Everyone talks about him. Everyone shows him respect. Everyone fears him. 3 months later, Miguel tells you, "The boss wants to meet you." Your heart stops. The boss. The commander. This is big. They take you to a house. An ordinary house. But inside is different. 5, 6 men. Armed. Serious. Silent. There's a room. You go inside. A man is sitting. In his 30s. Bearded. Calm. But his eyes are cold. Very cold. "You're the Halcone." Miguel praises you. "You're doing good work." "Thank you, boss." If you want to work here, you need to know the rules. 1. Never talk. Not to police, teachers, family, anyone. 2. Never ask questions. Do what you're told. 3. Never betray us. Betrayers die. Their families die too. Understand? I understand, boss. Good. Now your salary is $30 a day. Keep going. You leave. Miguel smiles. Congratulations. You're a Los Zetas man now. Level 2. Estaca, the stake. You're 16 years old. You've been working as a Halcone for 2 years. You've never made a mistake. You've never talked. You're reliable. Now it's time for promotion. You become an Estaca. Now you're not just watching. You're doing small jobs. Package delivery. Message relay. Driving. Money transport. Your first job. Take a package from point A to point B. Miguel gives you a bag. Take this to this address. Knock on the door. The guy will say the password. Aguila. You say, "Vuela alto." Give him the package. Come back. Simple. You take the package. It's not heavy, but you know what's inside. Drugs. Maybe cocaine. Maybe meth. Maybe heroin. Doesn't matter. Your job is to carry it. You find the address and knock on the door. A man opens. rough-looking, gun on his belt. Aguila, vuela alto. You hand over the package. The door closes. You go back. Miguel meets you. Good work. The boss is pleased. He gives you $50. Bonus. Every week you do more jobs. More packages. More addresses. More money. But the risk increases too. One day police stop you. Car inspection. There are 5 kilos of cocaine in the trunk. If you get caught, 10 years in prison. You're 16 years old. The cop asks, "What's in the trunk?" "I don't know. I borrowed the car from a friend." The cop opens the trunk and looks. The cocaine is right there. He sees it. Your heart stops. But the cop smiles. "Nice car. Drive safe." He closes the door. He lets you go. Then you understand. The cop is on the payroll. Los Zetas pays every month. 60% of the city police work for Los Zetas. Even soldiers sometimes. But not every cop. Some are honest. Some are federal. Some hate Los Zetas. If they catch you, nothing will save you. 6 months later, they give you a bigger job. There's a guy. He owes money. $5,000. He didn't pay. Go scare him. But don't kill him. Just scare him. They give you an address and a gun. It's the first time you hold a gun. Heavy, cold, powerful. You go with 2 friends to the guy's house. You knock on the door. A scared man opens. Middle-aged, skinny. "Where's your money?" "I don't have it, I swear. Give me 1 more week." You show the gun. "Next week doesn't work. Today." He starts crying. "I have a family. I have kids. Please." You're getting emotional. But this is what you have to do. You signal to your friend. He breaks the guy's TV. The other one smashes the window. 1 week, or it won't be just the TV that breaks, understand? I understand. 1 week, I swear." You leave, go back and report. The boss is pleased. "Good work. If violence wasn't needed, that's better. Fear is enough. The guy will pay." 1 week later, the guy pays. $5,000. The boss gives you $200. Your share. You're not just a Halcon anymore. You're an Estaca, a field operative. You handle business. Level 3. Sicario, Hitman. You're 18 years old. You've been working for Los Zetas for 4 years. You've never been caught. You've never talked. You're loyal. You're strong. Now it's time for serious work. You become a Sicario, a triggerman, a killer. Los Zetas sword. The commander calls you to his office. He looks serious. "I trust you. I've been watching you for 4 years. You've never made a mistake. You're ready to become a real soldier now. But you need to know something. Being a Sicario isn't easy. You'll spill blood. You'll kill people. You won't have the luxury of regret. Can you do it?" You think. Killing people. Taking lives. But then you think, there's no future. No education. No job. Only Los Zetas. "I can do it, boss." "Good. Your first job is simple. There's a guy, an informant. He sells information to the police. He betrayed our family. He needs to die. You'll kill him." He shows you a photo. A man in his 40s. Name, Roberto. He gives you an address. Tomorrow night, at 10 o'clock, he'll be outside his house. Approach. 2 shots. Head. Be quick. The team will be nearby. If there's a problem, they'll intervene. But there won't be a problem, right? No, boss. They give you a gun, 9mm, with a silencer. The silencer is important, no noise, so neighbors don't call. The next night you're ready. Black clothes, gloves, mask. You go with the team, but only you will shoot. This is your test. 9:45. You park near the guy's house and wait. 10. The man comes out of the house to take out the trash, alone. The team leader says, "Now, go." You get out of the car and walk. The man doesn't see you. You approach. 10 meters, 5 meters, 2 meters. The man turns and sees your face. "Who?" You fire 2 shots. Head. The man drops. Silent. Fast. Clean. You go back, get in the car and drive away. Your heart is pounding. Your hands are shaking. You just killed someone for the first time. You took a human life. The team leader pats your back. Good work. The boss will be proud of you. The next day it's on the national news. Murder in Nuevo Laredo. Roberto's photo. Police have opened an investigation, but they won't find anything. Los Zetas' jobs stay like this, unsolved. The boss congratulates you. You're a real Sicario now. Welcome, brother. He gives you $1,000. First hit bonus. You're a trigger man now, a Sicario. Los Zetas' sword. Whoever betrays, whoever doesn't pay debts, whoever disrespects Los Zetas, you go, and they die. On the second hit, your hands don't shake. On the third, you feel nothing. On the fourth, it feels like a normal job. By the fifth, you've forgotten how many people you've killed. Los Zetas sends you to different cities. Reynosa, Matamoros, Monterrey. There's work everywhere. There are targets everywhere. But it's not just single hits. Sometimes mass. Sometimes to send a message. One day they give you a big job. You're going to hit a Gulf Cartel convoy. 5 vehicles. 15 to 20 people. It's going to be war. Be ready. You go with a 10-man team. Everyone's armed. AK-47, AR-15, rocket launcher, grenades. This is war. You find the convoy on the highway and set up an ambush. You open fire. The rocket launcher hits the first car. It explodes. The second car stops. The people inside fire back. Bullets everywhere. 10 minutes. 10 minutes of hell. Smoke, blood, screams, explosion sounds. Finally, it ends. Gulf Cartel's men are either dead or fled. You lost 2, but you won. You burn the cars and leave the bodies. The message: you can't stand against Los Zetas. The next day, it's on the national news. Armed clash in Tamaulipas, 17 dead. They show photos, burned cars, blood trails. The government reacts and sends the army. But even the army fears Los Zetas. Some soldiers are on the payroll. Some left Los Zetas and returned to the army. The system is rotten. You're famous now. Everyone in your neighborhood knows you. He's a Sicario. Nobody makes eye contact with you. Everyone shows respect, but everyone's afraid. You're 20 years old. You've killed 10 people. Maybe more. You stopped counting. Level 4. Jefe de Plaza. Regional Manager. You're 25 years old. You worked as a Sicario for 7 years. You did over 30 hits. You've never been caught. You've never made a mistake. The commander trusts you. Now you're becoming a manager. Jefe de Plaza. Regional Manager. You manage all Los Zetas operations in a small city. Miguel Alemán. Population 30,000. Border city. Strategic location. 10 to 15 Sicarios under you. 30 to 40 Estacas. Over 50 Halcones. You manage them all. Your job isn't just being a triggerman anymore. You're doing business, drug trafficking, human smuggling, extortion, robbery, ransom, everything. The drug business is the biggest. Cocaine comes from Colombia, passes through Mexico, and enters America. You're one of the middlemen. Every shipment passes through your city. 500 kilos of cocaine per week. $15,000 per kilo in America. Total $7.5 million. You take a 10% commission from each shipment. $750,000. Weekly. Of course you don't take it all. 70% goes up. You share the remaining 30% with your team. Still, you make $60,000 to $80,000 a month. There's also human smuggling. People come from South America, Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador. They want to go to America, but they can't cross the border alone. They need a guide. You provide this service. $5,000 to $10,000 per person. 200 to 300 people per month. $1 to $3 million in revenue. But it's risky. Most die on the way. In the desert, in the river, suffocating in trucks. But that's not your problem. After you take the money, they're not your responsibility. Extortion provides steady income. Every business in the city pays monthly protection money. Restaurants, markets, pharmacies, everything. $200 to $1,000 monthly. Small money, but the total is big. $50,000 to $100,000 a month. If they don't pay, their businesses get burned. Owners get kidnapped. Ransom is demanded from families. The message is clear: pay or die. Ransom is the most profitable. You kidnap children of wealthy families, businessmen, politicians. You demand $50,000 to $500,000. Most pay. Those who pay get their children back. Those who don't. One day a big job comes. The son of the local mayor, 16 years old, rich family. Your team kidnaps him from school. Clean job, nobody sees. You send a message to the father. We have your son, $200,000, 48 hours. If you call the police, your son dies. The father cries and begs. I don't have that much money, please. Then find it, 48 hours. 36 hours later, the money comes. $200,000, cash. You release his son and leave him on a deserted road. He goes. The next day, his father reports to the police and gives your name. Will the police come arrest you? No, because the police chief is on your payroll. He gets $10,000 a month. He does nothing. But the mayor is angry. He goes to the media. It becomes national news. Pressure increases. The federal government steps in. The army comes to the city. The boss calls you. You caused a problem. You drew attention. Stay calm. Slow down operations for a while. When the army leaves, you continue. You wait for 2 months. The army is in the city, but they can't find anything. Los Zetas went silent, went into hiding, and waited. The army leaves. The government declares success. The city is cleaned. But the city isn't cleaned. Los Zetas is still here, just not visible. Business returns to normal. Drugs, human smuggling, extortion, ransom. The cycle continues. But there are also rival cartels. Gulf Cartel, Sinaloa Cartel. They want your territory too, because it's strategic. Border control means billions of dollars. One night the Gulf Cartel attacks. 20 men, automatic weapons. They come to the city entrance and send a message. This is ours now. You and your team fight back. 2 hours of war. The city becomes a battlefield. Bullets, explosions, civilians hide in their homes. Finally, the Gulf Cartel retreats. They lost 8 of their men. You lost 3. But you won. The territory is still yours. The next day, revenge time. You find a Gulf Cartel stronghold in a neighboring city. You raid with a 15-man team and kill them all. You hang the bodies in the city square. Message: this is Los Zetas territory. The police come, take down the bodies, and open an investigation. But they do nothing, because they know. Those who stand against Los Zetas die. You're a small king now, in your own city, in your own army, in your own empire. But you know, there's always a bigger prey, and you could be hunted one day too. Level 5. Comandante, Commander. You're 30 years old. 16 years have passed in Los Zetas. You started as a Halcone at 14. Now you're a Comandante, a commander. You're not managing a city anymore, but a region. The northern region of Tamaulipas state. 5 cities. Over 200,000 population. Over 100 Sicarios. Over 200 Estacas. Over 500 Halcones. All under your command. Your old boss retired, got old, and stepped down. You took his place. Now you're the Comandante of this region. But Los Zetas isn't just a cartel. It's an organization, a structure, a hierarchy. At the top, LZ40, Miguel Trevino Morales, the leader of Los Zetas. He controls operations across all of Mexico. You never see him. But his orders come through messengers, coded messages. You must obey, or you die. Below him, regional commanders. You're one of them. There are 10 to 15 commanders. Each manages a state or a large region. You meet once a month. You discuss strategy, divide territories, and resolve disputes. Below you, Jefes de Plaza, 5 of them. Each manages a city and reports to you. Weekly meeting. How much was earned? How many shipments were made? How many losses? You don't do triggerman work yourself anymore. You manage, strategize, and make decisions. Your monthly income is $500,000 to $800,000. 50% of this goes up to LZ40. You share the rest. You live in a luxury house in Monterey. Gated community. Guarded entrance. 24-hour security. You have 10 bodyguards who go with you everywhere. You have 3 cars. Armored SUVs. Bulletproof glass. Run-flat tires. escape plans. But luxury life means dangerous life. You're always a target. Rivals, the government, even ambitious men from within your own gang. There's no trust in Los Zetas, only power. As long as you're powerful, you're king. If you weaken, you die. One day, news comes from inside. Carlos, one of your city managers, was planning betrayal. He was trying to make a deal with the Sinaloa cartel. He was selling them information. He wanted to take your place. Evidence comes. Phone records, photos, witness statements. Clear. You have to make a decision. But this isn't an easy decision. Carlos was your man. He's been working with you for 5 years. You trusted him. But he betrayed you. In Los Zetas, there's only one punishment for betrayers: death. But not an ordinary death. A message must be sent. Fear must be spread. You capture Carlos in a night raid on his house while he's sleeping. No chance to resist. You take him to a ranch, an old building, a place nobody knows. Carlos is chained, scared, and crying. "Boss, there's a misunderstanding. I swear, I didn't betray." "There's evidence, Carlos. Don't deny it." "Please, boss, I have a family. I have kids." Betrayers don't have families. You signal to your team. They start. First, they break his fingers. Then they pull out his teeth. Then, worse. 3 hours. 3 hours of torture. Finally, Carlos dies. But the message still hasn't been sent. You dismember his body, hands, feet, head. You send each piece to a different city and hang them on bridges. Message: this is the end for betrayers. The next day it's on the national news. Brutal message from Los Zetas. Carlos's parts are shown in photos. The country is shocked. The government reacts, but does nothing. Nobody in your team thinks about betrayal anymore, because they know betrayal means death, a horrible death. But the danger isn't just from inside. There's also from outside. Government pressure is increasing. Pressure from America. Los Zetas should be declared a terrorist organization. Ransoms, massacres, intimidation. Governments can't ignore it anymore. A big incident happens. The San Fernando massacre. 193 people dead. Migrants kidnapped from buses. Ransom demanded. Families are poor. They can't pay. Los Zetas kills them all. Mass graves are found. International scandal. The United Nations steps in. The U.S. State Department officially declares Los Zetas an international criminal organization. LZ-40 becomes enemy number 1. $5 million reward, dead or alive. Pressure increases. Operations increase. But Los Zetas is strong, still controlling most states. But cracks start from inside. Los Zetas is splitting. Some commanders leave and start their own cartels. Cartel wars begin. Not just against outsiders, but against insiders too. You have to pick a side. You stay loyal to LZ-40. But you know, the system is rotting. The golden age is over. Now it's time to survive. Level 6. El Jefe. The boss. The top. You're 35 years old. You've accomplished the impossible. You've become one of Los Zetas' top leaders. LZ-40 was captured. Soldiers stopped him, but he didn't fire a single shot. Betrayal? Exhaustion? Nobody knows. New leader. LZ-42. Omar Trevino Morales, Miguel's brother. But he's not as powerful. The cartel is weakening and splitting. You control a large portion. Northern Mexico, Tamaulipas, Nuevo León, Coahuila. 3 states, thousands of men, millions of dollars. You're not involved in daily operations anymore. You strategize and make political connections. You talk to governors, senators, and generals. Money speaks a universal language. Everyone can be bought. Your monthly income is $2 to $4 million, but keeping the money is difficult. You can't put it in bank accounts. You can't keep cash. You have to launder it. You establish companies, construction firms, real estate companies, restaurants, hotels. The money looks clean, but the U.S. is watching you. DEA, FBI, CIA. Constant intelligence, satellite images, phone taps, informants from inside. One day news comes. LZ-42 was also captured. Los Zetas is left without a leader. Civil war begins. Everyone wants to be the leader. You're among them. But now it's time to run. You know you've reached the top, but the top is also the most dangerous place. There are two options. Choice A, fight. You play for leadership and fight rival commanders. Civil war. Los Zetas is fragmenting. Northeast Cartel. Los Zetas Vieja Escuela. Old school Zetas. All parts of Los Zetas. All enemies of each other. 6 months of war. Hundreds dead. Cities become battlefields. But you win. Your rivals die or flee. Now it's you, the new leader of Los Zetas. But it's a weak leadership. The cartel isn't as strong as before. The Sinaloa cartel is growing. The Jalisco New Generation cartel is growing. You're falling behind. Police raid your house. 50 cops. Soldiers. You can't escape. You surrender. Court. Charges. 40 murders. Drug trafficking. Human smuggling. Organized crime. Terrorism. Verdict. 60 years in prison. No parole. You're extradited to the U.S. Supermax prison. ADX Florence, Colorado. 23 hours in isolation. You die there at 55. Heart attack. Nobody comes to your funeral. Your family rejected you. You're buried in a common grave. This is one ending. Choice B. Run. You know you can't win. The system is collapsing. Los Zetas' end is near. The smart move is to run. You gather your millions. Offshore accounts, fake ID, passport, new life. You flee to South America, Argentina, Buenos Aires. Nobody knows you. New name, new identity, a quiet life. You open a small restaurant, legitimate business, clean money, peaceful life. But the past doesn't leave you. Every night in your dreams you see them. The people you killed, the bodies you dismembered, the villages you burned. Are you sorry? You don't know. Did you have another choice? You don't know. You grow old, a quiet life. You die naturally at 65. 10 people at your funeral. Nobody knows your past. This is another ending. Level 7. The truth about the system. Los Zetas is a legend, a horror story, but also a reality. It was founded in 1999, a group formed from elite soldiers. At first, they worked for the Gulf Cartel. Military training, discipline, violence. In 2010, they became independent, their own cartel, Los Zetas, the most brutal cartel, the most terrifying, the most ruthless, mass killings, torture, rule by fear. But after 2013, the collapse began. Leaders were arrested, the cartel split, power decreased. In 2025, Los Zetas still exists, but not like before. Small groups, local operations, not the old power. But the system hasn't changed. There are new cartels, Jalisco, Sinaloa. They're all doing the same thing: drugs, violence, fear. In Mexico, over 30,000 murders every year, most cartel-related. The government is helpless. The army is inadequate. The police are corrupt. Poor kids are still standing on corners as Halcones because they have no other options. The cycle continues. New generation, new killers, new victims. The end. Los Zetas gave you options: power, money, respect. But the price was blood. The price was your soul. The price was your life. At 14, you were a kid who just stood on a corner. Now you're 35, either rotting in a prison, hiding as a fugitive, or dead. The choice was yours. But was there a real choice? Poverty, or crime, hunger, or violence? In Mexico, 50 million people live in poverty. For them, there's no choice, only survival. Los Zetas is a symptom. The real disease is the system. Blood in, blood out. The cartel never dies, it just changes shape.